Welcome back, everybody, to the Mkela Manya YouTube channel. Yeah, man. League game 1 is finished. Matchday 1 is finished. Yeah, this is just a wrap on what happened and what do I think would happen on the second match day, which is, I think, will be in midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, and we'll also look into what has happened since the last video I uploaded. So, yeah, man, not to waste any further of your time, let's get into it. First and foremost, the breaking news. Thapelo Maseko. What Thapelo Maseko has done, he went on social media. I think Instagram. He went on social media and put something there that it is not happy. Probably has to do with mental illness. I think he's depressed or he's going through anxiety. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's somewhere along those lines, and no matter how much he tries and proves himself, he's still not getting noticed. I presume that will be the management, Mikel Cardoso. Yeah, man, and look, this is not the first time something like this has happened to any player, but this is the first time a player has went on Instagram and complained. Some players will just put their head down, continue working hard until they get past this. You have seen it with Miami. We are looking at it with Obas. Wydad Peterson has been doing it for all these years in Mamelodi Sundowns. He's not the first player to show up every day at training and not play. But when it's happening to him, it's suddenly a big issue. The whole world must know about it. Like, what does he expect us to do? Does he expect us to bend down chlorocope just for him to play? There's nothing special about him. It's just like any other player in football. There are 11 players you can pick on the starting 11. There are 8 players who will be on the bench. But no team in this entire world has 19 to 20 teams. Teams have about 33 players. So, what is he complaining about? Obviously, there are better players than him, which have been picked before him. Look, I was complaining that Miami was not playing, but Mikel Cardoso still didn't play him. Don't you think Miami also felt the same way Thapelo Maseko is feeling? He was also sad. You look at the current situation of Lorch. How is it going? Lorch played in the Club World Cup and he was one of the best African players to play the Club World Cup. And at the moment, he's not even in Mikel Cardoso's plans. There's a possibility if he doesn't go, he might never play football this season until his contract is finished at Mamelodi Sundowns. He's not there on Instagram posting messages about he's depressed, his anxiety, he's being overlooked, and whatnot. I don't even have time. You see, I don't know what he's complaining about. As I've said, he's not the first player to go through this. He should just suck it up, go to the training, become more visible to the coach. But it must be something. He's not doing something right for Mikel Cardoso not to play him, because I think he plays the same position as Tashreeq Matthews, and Tashreeq Matthews might be one of Mikel Cardoso's favorite players. That could be the issue. I don't know. But for him now to go all the way into writing something on Instagram to make the club look bad, that was totally out of line, out of order. If Lambeck decides to suspend him for that, no one can speak on his behalf, because there was absolutely no reason for him to do that. Absolutely no reason for him to. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Now the next press conference of Mikel Cardoso is going to be asked about Thapelo Maseko. Now what must he say? What must he say? That Thapelo Maseko is not good enough to be in the team? Isn't that going to put him through much depression than he is now? Whoever is advising this boy probably is not doing good enough. His manager, his agent, his parents, whoever, is not good enough. Even in the first case, when they sent him to Mamelodi Sundowns, he should have known. You should have known the competition in Mamelodi Sundowns. It's not as if he was going to some small club in Limpopo, Eastern Cape. He was going to Mamelodi Sundowns, one of the best clubs in Africa. Obviously, competition is going to be much tougher. And to be quite honest, why did we bar him? It was because Rulani Mokoena wanted a player who resembles Leroy Sané while he was at Manchester City. Nothing more. And Rulani Mokoena is no longer there. And Mikel Cardoso, Mangoba Mngidi, which came after Rulani, do not want the Leroy Sané like a kind of player. So he's not going to be in that team. Why isn't his manager going around negotiating for him to be loaned like Usipho Mbule, like Lisebunkulu? Lisebunkulu is gone now permanently apparently to Stellenbosch United, Stellenbosch FC. I meant. Why isn't his manager doing that? His agent doing that? Because apparently he's not fit enough to mentally and physically to take the challenge at Mamelodi Sundowns. And me personally, I've never been a big favorite of Thapelo Maseko. I won't lie. I've never felt like he deserves to be at Mamelodi Sundowns. I always felt like it was a favorable decision for Roland Mokoena to equip him with the kind of players he wanted to play. But for me personally, Thapelo Maseko has never been up to standard for the Mamelodi Sundowns. I don't want to lie. And look what Lethako did. Lethako filed in a formal request to leave the club. He didn't go on Instagram or Twitter whatsoever, social media, go there and complain about the club. Why didn't he do that? Follow Lethako's example. Lethako's younger than him, but he knows how to do it better than him. Or maybe it's the agent. Lethako's agent apparently is better than his agent, because apparently Lethako's agent knows how to deal with these certain things. Why didn't he do that? It would have been easy for us, for the management, and for him. File a request that you want to leave the club, and journalists know what that means. It means you feel like you're not well valued at the club. It's simple as that. Yeah, man, I don't know why Thapelo Maseko did that, but it's done now, and we just have to muddy the waters, find a solution out of this, because apparently he's depressed with anxiety, and I wouldn't want the kid to kill himself because he's not playing in Mamelodi Sundowns. So Mamelodi Sundowns must find him something suitable for him, resolve that issue, then the player can move. You're now having fans at social media talking about, oh, this is happening in Mamelodi Sundowns, season in, season out, even Bassadin is gonna go through this. Bassadin knew exactly when he signed that contract that in Mamelodi Sundowns competition. There's Lunga, there's Motiba, even who's this guy, Maseko. Maseko knows that there's competition. I came in at Mamelodi Sundowns knowing exactly that there's competition in this football club. If I don't pull my socks up, I'm not gonna play, and he's not playing. But you have never seen Maseko writing an entire 3 paragraphs on social media talking about his mental illness. It's out of line. It's out of line what he has done. Yeah, but that's it. I have nothing much to say about that. I hope he puts it in his head, he finds a better team, and then he lives. We move on to Lorch. Apparently news came in this morning from Kickoff, one of Kickoff reporters. Don't know his name because it was not written on the article. Yeah, man, apparently by Wednesday, we could find news what's going on with Thapelo Maseko. Apparently Wydad upped the bid, and then Mamelodi Sundowns opened the doors for them. So Wednesday he could be going for medical. I'm not sure if he's going for medical or Mamelodi Sundowns has until Wednesday to accept the bid. So I think it's along those lines. But one thing I do know is that Lorch and Wydad have already agreed. On personal terms. But now here's my question. At the beginning of the transfer window, we had rumors that Lorch was not happy at Wydad. So that could have been a lie that he was not happy at Wydad. He actually wants to go at Wydad, or it's only because he realizes now that he's not in Mikel Cardoso's plans. So that's why he wants to go back to Wydad, because he realized that Wydad he was actually one of the top players. So if it's true that by Wednesday we would have an answer, I'll be happy for Lorch. Look, Lorch deserves to play, guys. Lorch is one of the best players we've ever had in South Africa, and he continues to prove so whenever he's given an opportunity. Yes, at Mamelodi Sundowns it didn't work out, but that's how life is. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it does not work out. So he just has to get on with it and just play his football. So, pardon me. So, him going to Wydad, I'll be happy for him to play football, not for him to be sitting on the stands the entire season. You know that feeling where you're going to the game every weekend, but you know you're not gonna play. You're not even gonna be sitting on the bench. You're sitting at the stands. So it should go through. I wish that this deal goes through, and by Wednesday we have an answer that look, Lorch is going to Wydad, and he has signed so many years ago, because look, he's not getting any younger. The guy is 32. He should be playing his twilight years now, so that by the time he can no longer play, he has gotten enough money and he has won many silverwares. Yeah, and we moved on to the wrap of the weekend. The log standings. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the entire log, but look, It's still the first game. Still the first game. What I'm gonna focus on is on the top four. We all know who's the top four: Sekhukhune, Orlando Pirates, Stellenbosch, and Mamelodi Sundowns. Look, I am happy that Kaizer Chiefs won against Stellenbosch. Look, I have my beefs against Kaizer Chiefs for many years, but this is the only game where I felt like, look, they should win, and they've always gotten 3 points against Stellenbosch. I think Kaizer Chiefs is the boogie team of Stellenbosch United. So out of the top four, we are now number 2. Sekhukhune is number 1, which they picked up 3 points against another top 4, Orlando Pirates. And then we have us with 1 point against the Chiefs. And then Stellenbosch and Orlando Pirates both lost. So that's how the top 4 is standing right now. It's Sekhukhune, Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, then Stellenbosch. How are it standing in second match? I don't know. Because I think in match day 2, Stellenbosch is playing against Sekhukhune. What a start for Stellenbosch. What a start for Stellenbosch. Look, this is a tough start for Stellenbosch because, look, Kaizer Chiefs is a boogie team for Stellenbosch. Now they're playing against another top 4 member, Sekhukhune United. That's a game to watch, I think, in the middle of the week. Yeah, and then, just to touch base on Kaizer Chiefs. Look, Kaizer Chiefs, I don't think there's something coming from them this season. I think, as we all know, Stellenbosch is one of the teams which they beat easily. I don't know how it happens, but somehow they just find it easy to beat the Stellenbosch, which is something Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates failed to do. But when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs, they always pick up 3 points against the Stellenbosch. And then, how do I think they're gonna fare this season? Look, Kaizer Chiefs win one game, loses another game, wins another game, wins another game. And then the biggest problem, I always stated that they have 1 billion sporting directors. Every fan at Kaizer Chiefs is a sporting director. You see now they won that game against Stellenbosch. Come midweek, they're going to want the same starting 11. It does not matter, even if the coach feels like that they're playing against a different team and they should play different players. The moment they lose that game and then they didn't play these players today, I can rest assure you that coach, whoever is going to be taking place over Nabi, considering that Nabi is in Tunisia because his wife was in an accident, Ben Youssef or something like that. I think that's the guy who has taken over from Nazareth Nabi while he's with his family in Tunisia. Hopefully his wife gets a speedy recovery, because I heard she was in ICU, intensive unit care. So whatever Ben Youssef does, maybe he takes instructions from Nabi, from that side. Look, play this and this and this, you do that. We are playing this kind of certain team. They play this certain type of strategy, and then they lose that game. I can rest assure you, those 1 billion sporting director of Kaizer Chiefs will be telling him where to get off. They'll be telling Ben Youssef where to get off. Yeah, but Kaizer Chiefs, I don't think they're gonna do well. I think they're just gonna be top 8. I don't think they're going to remove any of the top 4. The top 4 will still be the same clubs as last season and the previous season and the season before that. For me this weekend, I feel like, okay, it's not actually a surprise, because look, Durban City has this guy, Kevin Hunt. He's proven experience. He knows how to do it, and he has been doing it for many years. They won their first game, and I can promise you, Durban City will survive. They might not make it top 8, but Durban City will survive. With Kevin Hunt at the helm, they will survive, because Kevin Hunt knows one thing. He knows how to grind results, and he's signing these experienced players, which he loves to use. So, for me, it's not a surprise that they've won their first game. And also Isuwelele, I was happy for them. They won their first game against Golden Arrows. But Isuwelele, when you look deep, it's just SuperSport United with a changed name. So there's nothing wow about them, as if, look, they're a new club, they've just been promoted. It's just the same old players who are just going through whatever they were going through last season after hearing that the club might be sold. So I am not surprised with Isuwelele. So we wait and see for the coming week. I think it will be Tuesday and Wednesday. Match day 2. Hopefully Mamelodi Sundowns pick up points. Hopefully we do pick up points. I know we're playing against Amazulu at home. Hopefully we do pick up points. Yeah, more about that. I think the game will be Wednesday. Let me just have a look. When will the game be? Yeah, the game will be Tuesday. So the preview will be tomorrow. I'll drop the preview tomorrow. And then the post-match review will obviously come after the game has played. I wish I had nothing bad to say about Cardoso this time. He should do what he's supposed to do, and that's making sure that Mamelodi Sundowns pick up points. Love and leave you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button to be notified once a new video has been uploaded. Love you guys.